Good morning, my dear students. Since the last few classes, we have been revising the topics that we have already finished. So, and in that few classes, we have mainly focused on the important parts of speech that we have done already. And student, in the last class, we have started revising one of the important parts of speech, which is verb. And from that class itself, we got to know that a verb is used to denote what a person, think, or animal does, what a person, think, or animal is, or what a person, animal, or thing has. And after that, we got to know about the categories of verbs, which are doing verbs, be verbs, and have verbs. And student, we also did a detailed discussion on these three kinds of verbs. Now student, today we shall start another important topic related to verb. So now student, let me show this topic to you. And student, our today's topic is the object of a verb. So student, in order to know the object of a verb, here I have included two examples. The first example is a cat caught a mouse. And the second example is the boss saw Lily in town. So student, if we question the sentence A, that what did our cat catch, then what will be your answer? Yes, of course, your answer will be a mouse. Now, if in case of sentence B, if we question that whom did the boss see in town, then of course your answer is Lily. So student, these words, a mouse and Lily, which we got after questioning with the question words what and whom, are our object of the verbs. Here student, I know that you know that the verbs are caught and saw, and the object of these verbs are mouse and Lily. So here I have included the answers, means the objects. So student, in sentence A, here I have also tell you that the verb is caught and its object is a mouse. And in sentence B, the verb is saw and its object is Lily. Now student, I hope that you have understood the objects of a verb. Now still, let me give you the definition. So student, an object of a verb is the object that receives the direct action of the verb. You can see that student, here a mouse and Lily, they receives the direct action of the verbs caught and saw. That's why they are the objects of the verb. And student, I know that you will get a confusion in this regard. That's why student, in order to find out the object of a verb, we should ask that what or whom. Means student, after getting a sentence, in order to find out its object, you should question it with what or whom. Then your answer will be your object. So student, I hope that you have well revised the object of a verb. Now let me show you another important topic of a verb. And student, before telling the topic, here you can see that I have included one example. The example is the man looks. Here student, the word looks, it is the verb here. But student, you can see that this sentence is somehow incomplete. The man looks. What does it mean? What does the man look? Here the picture is given, but sometimes you may not get the picture. Then what will you think of it? But student, here the same thing is there, but I have changed something. You can see that the man looks tired. Now student, I hope that you can see that this sentence is complete because I have added this word tired here. Earlier this sentence was sounding incomplete, but now after adding the word tired, it has become complete in sense. So student, it is called verbs of incomplete predication, and this is our next topic. So student, the topic that we had discussed through this picture is verbs of incomplete predication. So from the name itself you can get the idea that this topic gives us a sense of incompleteness. Now let me tell you what is the verb of incomplete predication. So student, the verbs which use other words to change an incomplete sentence to a complete sentence are called verbs of incomplete predication. So student, this sentence, the man looks, it is an verbs of incomplete predication because it needs another word, the help of another word tired, in order to fulfill its meaning. Therefore student, a verb which doesn't express any action or possession and needs the help or presence of some word or words to make sense is called a verb of incomplete predication. So I hope that you have understood student the sentence where you can find that the meaning, the sense of the sentence imparted is incomplete, and you have to put other word or words in order to make it a complete in sense. In such a case, it will be our verbs of incomplete predication. And some examples of such verbs are be, seems, appears, grow, turn, smell, etc. Student, but again please student, look at this sentence once again. The man looks tired. Here the verb looks, earlier it is this sentence, it was incomplete. It is the verb of incomplete. This is the verb, the verb looks, it is an incomplete predication, and after putting the word tired, it has become complete. And this word that makes the incomplete predication a complete one, it is called complement. Means the word that makes the incomplete sentence a complete one, it is the complement. Now it is let me show you the definition of complements. Student, the word or words that help a verb of incomplete predication to make a sense are called complements. Now student, for your better clear convenience, here I have included a list of verbs of incomplete predication. So these are the list of the verbs, and I have included a few examples so that you may clarify it. Number 1 is be, and the example is Helen is very pretty. Here student, very pretty is the complement. Then become. The sentence is the police officer became irritated. Here irritated is the complement. Then remain. So the answer is you should remain calm in an emergency. Here calm is the complement. And stay. Stay cool. The more things change, the more they remain the same. Here the same is the complement. Then look. Our coach looks disappointed. Here disappointed is the complement. Her singing sounds out of tune. Here out of tune is the complement. Then the soup doesn't taste good. Good is the complement here. The smell. The butter smells rancid. Here rancid. Then feel. The sentence from feel is I feel good. Here good. Then seem. The sentence from seem is you doesn't seem interested. Then appear. The sentence with appear is he appeared nervous this morning. And the last one grow. Here she grew old after her illness. Here old. So student, the blue highlighted and underlined words are the complement in these sentences. So student, with it here is the end of our today's class, and I hope that you have well revised the topics that we have discussed today. But still, if you have any doubt, you may clarify this in the comment section. So student, this is the end of our today's class. Thank you so much for watching.